गाइज आज हम स्टार्ट करेंगे SC-900 राइट माइक्रोसॉफ्ट सिक्योरिटी कंप्लायंस एंड आइडेंटिफाई फंडामेंटल एग्जाम SC-900 if you want to prepare so that would be help for your exam. Okay, so we have 15 questions. Let's start one by one. Uh, and we have also and right. Okay, so let's start. You need to focus first and correct answer. I'm not sure which one is correct sometime. Okay, so let's start. What should you use for storing password in protected format? Right. So which one is the? Let's check on. So now that is hashing is the correct answer. Hashing best option password encrypted symmetry and symmetry encryption permit decrypt which you do not want password, right? So that second hashing is the correct answer for that. Okay, guys. First, if you don't have like and subscribe, please do like and subscribe first. And let's go to the next question. Second option, which encryption method use the same key to encrypt and decrypt data? Encrypt and decrypt data. I'm not sure that my first. Let's check on symmetric encrypted. Symmetric encrypted. Check the first. Okay. Symmetric encrypted first option is the correct answer, and that below is the fact why this is the encryption. The same key encrypt decrypt data. Asymmetric encryption use public key and private pair. Ring hash algorithm convert text unique fixed high length and policy key. Encrypted is an encryption system that is based on two pair of key. Public key are used to encrypt messages, right? Receiver. So A option is the correct answer. Symmetric encryption for that one. And let's next question. What is guiding principle of the zero trust model? Verify explicitly, advanced user access, test or breach, trust the local network. Right, zero trust. Verify the trust. Let's check which option. Yes, that is the correct answer. Zero trust model. Three guiding principle: which or verify explicitly, list privilege access and assume breach. Right. So go ahead. Next question. Which encryption method use public key and private key pair? Symmetric, share key, hashing, asymmetric. So I hope that sharing key and might be, but let's check one. No, asymmetric encryption is use public key and private key, right? Either the public or private key can encrypt data, but either on their own control, own cannot be used to decrypt encrypted data. So that is the correct answer, asymmetric option. Okay, option D. And let's check next question. Which pillar of an identify infrastructure responsible for identify the level of access user has over the resource on network? So which option, which pillar? Write on authentication level user over the resource network. Identity authentication, right? Which let's check. So authorization is the right correct answer. Right, when identity like authorization is responsible for determining which level of access authentication user have. Administration is responsible for managing user account authentication, responsible for identify who is user editing, responsible for keep tracking how authentication authorization administrator user responsible. So that is the authorization is the correct answer. Let's go ahead. Next question. Which identity pillar allow to use software as service and platform as service Azure with least administrator effort? Azure or Active Directory might be. Let's check one. Yeah, Azure AD can be used without net AD server. Active Directory require a virtual machine or physical server. Running Active Directory, Google and Facebook identity require federation, right? So Azure AD is the correct option. Let's go ahead. Next question. What is benefit single sign-on compared to other authentication method? Benefit: user can access resource their domain. User can authentication one resource anywhere. Device can share multiple users. Device can only use single users. Device can use only single users. Might be. Let's check. Sorry. User can authenticate once and access resource anywhere. So B option is the correct answer, and there is a fact why this is the correct. User can authentication once, access resource anywhere. uh, SSO user access resource their domain. Use basic authentication for single domain, not as, as Azure, or still required to authenticate to share device, right? So that is correct. I'm going forward to next question. Where can you find information tool and other resource about Microsoft security, privacy, compliance practice? Azure portal, Microsoft 365 Defender portal, Microsoft Service Trust portal, Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Microsoft 365 Defender portal might be. That is correct answer. Let's check. Oh my, no. So Microsoft Service Trust portal is the correct answer. Let's why check why Service Trust portal is where you can find information to resource on security, privacy. The Azure portal is used to manage Azure resource. The Microsoft 365 Defender portal is where you manage Microsoft Defender, right? So that is the correct options. Why this is a fact below. What does compliance secure compliance manager measure? So let's check what does compliance organization capability to deploy security measure, and organization progress toward implement control, and organization capability to access control, and organization is progress in creating control. So which option is the correct? Let's check. Might be. Oh, an organization progress toward implement control. That is correct. Option B. And there is the fact why this is correct. Towards implement control, compliance score, and compliance manager, organization progress into implement. And next, which three role have permission to sign in Microsoft Purview compliance portal? Each correct answer present compliance. Three. First, compliance administrator, sorry, security leader, right? Compliance and role permission signing Microsoft Preview compliance portal, right? Second, user administrator. Those for all. Let's check once. Oh, sorry, global compliance. Yes, that is correct. And compliance data center, data administrator, sorry, not one security reader, sorry, global administrator. And there is three option is the correct above, right? The compliance features, compliance portal is available customer with Microsoft 365 SQ you on following rule: global administrator, compliance administrator, and compliance data administrator, right? So that is the correct. And let's below next, what can you use to monitor communication that contain sensitive information and minimize the exposed risk? Which one? The Microsoft Preview Compliance Portal, the Microsoft Service Test Portal, Microsoft Defender for Cloud, Microsoft Intune. Communication content, which one? Sensitive information, trust portal. Yes, which one? Microsoft Preview Compliance Portal, the risk portal. So below is the fact you can see, you can read here. The Microsoft Preview Compliance and Maintenance. Okay, guys. So that is the correct why this happened. And go ahead next question. This type of compliance manager control or used Microsoft Cloud Service. Customer managed control, share control, Microsoft managed control, assessment control. Type of which one? Control cloud customer Microsoft managed control. Let's check. Yes, that is the correct answer. Microsoft managed control. And go ahead next question. In Microsoft Preview, what can you use to identify invoice number in data from your organization? Content Explorer, exact data, training, classifier, and sensitive information. So which one? Invoice, Content Explorer. Let's check. Oh, sensitive information type. That is correct answer. And below here fact you can read all, right? So that would be help in your final exam. Let's check. Already checked. And go ahead next question. In Microsoft Review, which type of policy allow you to prevent document that contain personal identification from being shared outside your organization? Sensitive level policy and retention level policy, data level prevention, LP policy, and Azure policy. Prevent document identity share outside organization. Sensitive level retention policy or Azure. Let's say level might be first and second. Let's say let's say still level. Let's say oh, data loss prevention DLP policy. The correct DLP policy is used to handle data loss. Sensitive level policy are used to apply level of documents. A retention policy used to define how long a document is maintained. Azure policy is used to determine how Azure service are configured. Right. So let's go next question. Um, in Microsoft Preview, what can you use to label item regular, record, maintain proof of item deletion, and export information about disposed item? So which one? A retention level or retention level policy, a retention policy, sensitive level and sensitive level policy, data loss prevention. So data loss prevention. Let's check for retention level and retention level policy. So option A is the correct answer. Below here fact. These are feature record management sensitive level allow us label item. Azure policy cannot be used handle document DLP does not and dispose item, right? So that is the full of fact you can So, and next question. Microsoft purview and information protection and data lifecycle management work with such as data classify, protect and government, classify, protect and backup, explore, protect, share, explore, protect, backup. Which option is the correct? Microsoft product and backup. Explore, classify, protect and governance. Let's check here. Yes, classification, protect and government, that is correct answer for this one. Let's check next. What can you use to prevent the intermittent disclosure of sensitive information shared in Microsoft Teams? Microsoft Defender for Cloud, Microsoft Sentinel Workbook, Microsoft Preview Data Loss Policy, Microsoft Defender Office Link. So the Microsoft Team. Let's check Microsoft Preview Data Loss Prevention DLP Policy. So that is the correct option. And go ahead, next question. Where can you access and review sensitive file from a snapshot of scanned item? The Microsoft Purview Compliance Portal, Microsoft Defender for Cloud, the Azure Active Directory Admin Center, and Microsoft Intune. Which option snap of the scanned item? For scan item. Let's check which one. Yes, Microsoft Pro Purview Compliance Portal is the correct, and below is the fact. Right? Why? My scanner shows content as that is stored different location action SharePoint OneDrive can be accessed review by user compliance manager. Right? Go ahead, next question. Which type of policy you which type of policy can you use to prevent user from sharing file with user in other departments? Data loss prevention, retention policy, Azure policy, Azure barrier policy, either other department, data loss prevention. Let's know information barrier policy is the correct option. So that is the correct. You can read the guys and go ahead. Next question. In Microsoft Purview, what can you use to scan for offensive language cross organization? Information protection, communication compliance, information barrier, active explorer. Might be information barrier. Let's check one. Oh, communication language, communication compliance. To detect inappropriate language, information barrier can be used to disable content action, but not based on language. Activity explorer can be used to use active in compliance manager policy manager. Let's to see which policy are in out of compliance. Let's check. What are type of distributed dental service and DOS stack, password protection, and in the middle attack, password spread dictionary attack, and resource layer attack, protocol attack, and value metric attack, dictionary attack, man in the middle attack, and value metric attack. So DOS operating might be, let's check. resource layer attack, protocol attack, and volumetric attack. So that is the correct option, DOS attack for resource layer attack and protocol attack, volumetric attack. Password is okay. Let's check next question. And what Azure feature provides application level filtering and SSL termination? Distributed Daniel and service DOS protection, Azure firewall, Azure web application firewall, and Azure base host. So feature provide application level filtering. So let's Azure firewall. Oh no, Azure web application firewall DOS protection does not provide filter. Azure firewall does not provide SSL termination based doesn't, right? Check, go ahead, next question. Which statement describe network security group? Guys, provide network traffic, filtering limited traffic to resource within virtual network in each subscription, provide protection of web app and common exploit and vulnerability, provide a centralized network firewall such as service which provide network and application level protection across different subscription and virtual network, allow a lockdown in unbound traffic, online reduce exposure. So which option is the correct? NSG, let's check C option. If no, provide network layer traffic filter and limit traffic resource with virtual network in each subscription. So option is the correct option. A is the correct. And let's go ahead, next question. What can you use to connect Azure Virtual Machine Remote DRDP and SSH from Azure portal? Web applications firewall, Azure identity protection, might be Azure Defender for cloud, Azure base. Let's check. Azure Basin is service lets you connect virtual machine and Azure browser, Azure portal, the base service fully platform managed platform as service that you provision on a virtual network. Next question. You have following the inbound network security rule in Azure allow net inbound with a priority of 65,000, allow Azure load balance and inbound with priority 65,000 inbound and 60, and no one other inbound rule were defined for NSG. Which order will be rule placed? Let's check. Allow inbound rule which one option? Rule process second, the rule NSG denied and rule the Danny all inbound rule process all inbound process the rule is process second rule. See, we can chill out now. Might be, let's check that one. Allow inbound, that is the first option is the correct, guys. So this option is the correct. Why this is, you can find it. For which two service can you extend Microsoft Defender for cloud by obtaining Defender plan? Each correct answer present a complete solution. Which option? Express road storage app Defender. Right. Let's check. Sorry, both are correct option. Azure App Service and Azure Storage, and Defender Cloud are following Defender Plan, Defender Server Storage, SQL Content App Service, and Key Vault Resource Manager DNS, Open Source Relationship Relational Database, and Azure Cosmos DB. Right, so that is the correct option. And next, which two industrial framework are used in the Azure security benchmark. Each correct answer presents complete solution. Hmm. Center on Internet Security Federal Information Process Standard, Open Web App Application Project, National Institute of Standard Technology. Let's check. Center for, so that is two, Center for Internet Security and National. So that is the correct option. Both are right. Let's go ahead. Next question. What can you use to manage security in multi-cloud environment that include Amazon Web Service, AWS for Google Cloud Platform, GCP? So which option is the correct? Defender Cloud, probably risk management, probably secure scope, Azure Data Privileged Identity Manager PIM. So might be, let's check. Oh, Microsoft Defender for Cloud, that is correct. Defender for Cloud give you ability content source to AWS and GCP. Right. Go ahead. Next question. And these two features are part of Microsoft Defender for Cloud Enhanced Security. Each correct answer presents complete solution. Endpoint Pro detection and response, vulnerability scanner for SQL, resource security information, event management, SIEM, collaboration, security benchmark recommendation. Which option is the correct? Let's check option. Yes, sorry, both are vulnerability scanning and endpoint detection result. So that is the correct option. Both are. Uh, these two characteristics are part of security orchestra automated response OSOAR solution. Is correct answer present a complete solution, collection of data from IT state, correlation of data, action driven workflow, issue mitigation. So which one option is correct? Let's check one. So workflow, correction data, so issue mitigation and action driven workflow. Below both are correct option. That is answer. Go ahead. Next question. What can you use Microsoft Sentinel to create visual report? Sentinel analytics or handling. Let's check. Workbooks. Workbooks we can use in Microsoft to create visual report for, right? So that is fact below. Contains such tool. Go ahead. Next question. Which Microsoft Defender for endpoint feature regulated access to malicious IP address, domain and URL? Domain and URL. Threat vulnerability management, attack surface reduce, automated investigation and remediation, Microsoft threat protection. Let's check. Yes, that is correct option. Attack surface reduction. Right? You can see here. Go ahead. Next question. Which feature in Microsoft Defender for Cloud apps is used to retrieve data from active logs? Cloud e-discovery, app container, policy, catalogs. Oh, might be that is Cloud e-discovery. Let's check. Oh no. App Connect feature Microsoft Defender. Cloud app used to retrieve data and active lock, app connect. App connect retrieve app their policy to strict behavior balance, suspicious data point, cloud, and catalog. Right. Go ahead. Next question. For which two service does Microsoft secure score provide recommendation? Each correct answer present complete solution. To service does Microsoft score, Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Cosmos DB. Oh, Microsoft AD, sorry. Microsoft AD and Microsoft Teams. So that is below correct option. Focusing on Azure AD and Defender endpoints, Defender Cloud Apps and Teams. Let's go and next question. Which three components are protected by using Microsoft Defender? Each correct answer provides a complete solution. Complete three option Microsoft Defender endpoint. Right, application identity. Let's check. Oh, that is correct. Both three, uh, all three options are correct. Okay, and go ahead. That is below fact. Go ahead. Next question. What is minimum edition of Azure AD need to use Azure Privilege Identity Management (PIM)? What is it? Office 365 apps. Free. Let's check Premium P2. Sorry, Azure AD Premium P2. That is the correct option for only edition. Provide PM support, PIM support. Right, Azure AD Premium P2. And let's go ahead next question. Which type identities should you use to allow Azure virtual machine to access Azure storage without having to handle password change manually? Right, and service user device service function managed identity change manually password user device manually principal management identity manual change. Yes, manage identity, that is correct option. Right. Go ahead next question. And an organization migration. Microsoft Cloud, the plan is to use hybrid identity model. What can be used to sync identities between Active Directory domain service and Azure AD? So which option is the correct? Federation might be. Let's check. Oh, Azure AD Connect is the correct option. Let's check why. No. Go ahead next question. Which two additional form of authentication are available in Azure AD for multi-factor authentication from any device? Each correct answer present complete solution. Authentication are available in Azure AD. Voice call authentication app. Both are correct options. So that is the correct option. Right. Go ahead next question. What can you use to prevent user from using an organization as name of the organization is products as password in Azure AD? Global band password list, Azure AD identity protection, Azure AD password protection, multi-factor authentication, and Picture, person picture, identity. Oh, Azure ready password protection is the correct option. Let's go ahead next question. What are three things that a user can use for Azure AD multi-factor authentication? Is correct answer present complete solution. Three things Azure AD multi-factor authentication, something claimed to known, something the claimant has, claimant is, claimant is, solve. Three things has each are not sure guys, this one option climate solve. Oh, above three option is the correct for this question, right? Go ahead next question. Which Azure AD feature help reduce help desk call and loss productivity when user cannot sign in to their device or an application? Which option for help desk call? Self password. Let's check. Yes, self service password reset. Right. So that is the correct option for help desk call loss productivity. You cannot sign. So that reset the password the correct. Future SSPR. A malicious user attempting to access many user account by using commonly used password. The Azure repeat the action every 20 minutes to avoid triggering an account locked. Which Azure AD feature can protect our organization from such as attacks? Attacks, right? So which option is the correct account? Commonly used password 20 minutes. So it goes for Azure AD production. Yes, Azure AD password protection is the correct. Right. Well, next question. What can be used to enforce multi-factor authentication when users access an application registered in Azure AD? Azure AD password has synchronized multi-factor authentication, that is conditional access. That conditional access force can use multi-factor authentication when user application registered Azure AD. So conditional access, that is option B is the correct option, and below the fact you can read out. Go ahead next question. What should you use in Azure AD to provide user with ability to perform administrative tasks? First, app registration, external identity, groups and roles. What should you which option is correct? Ability to perform administrative task. Role is the most important. I think that is the role. Jodi permission, content administrative task, assign the role user. Going on ask question, what is the least privileged Azure AD role that can be used to create, manage user and group? Manage user and group, global secure user teams, user administrator, that is option is the correct. We have user administrator. User administrator can manage both user and group. Global administrator can also manage
manage users and group, what role has too many privileged, so that global events everything can do it, right? Go ahead, next question. What can you use to receive alert potential compromised used account without blocking the user? Block signing, which option is the correct? Real time signing restricts a user is application singer and cloud app action potential account without blocking signing. Real time users. Let's check user risk. User risk represent probability in identity and compromise. Can you compare high, low probability admin can set off this without interrupting user signing. Let's go ahead. Next question. Hmm. What is minimum edition Azure AD that allow you to create access package for user? Minimum Azure AD free apps. Of 65 app. Let's check. No. Azure AD Premium 2 is the correct option. Allow implement management user and access. So that is the license. So Azure Premium 2. Go ahead, next question. What is Azure risk in Azure AD? Identity protection. Identity protection, big credential, tap the password credential. Let's check. Okay, so that is correct option. Big credential user is typical anonymous IP address and password display or sign in. Okay, next question. This service can help mitigate the impact of compromised user account. Microsoft Defender for Cloud Conditional Access, Azure Publish, Identity Manage, Azure AD Identity. Option the correct. Azure AD. Azure AD is the publish. Let's check. Azure Identity Protection is the correct option, right? So, guys, all the questions done. So, I hope you can find all the correct answer, and that would be help in your real exams. And please do like and subscribe for this video. And okay, thank you. Go ahead, like and subscribe for next video, and please recommend it which type make video and how is that, right? Thank you so much.